Hi guys, it is me again, Mrs. McBride, with the last video tutorial for our Adobe house. So here I have an example of one that I finished. I haven't added any color yet, but you can see that I added a few more characteristics of Adobe architecture, like this gate here, the Ristra hanging by the door, some potted cactuses, and then I added some landscape elements like the mesa in the back, and the big cactuses and the clouds in the sky. Before you draw with me in this, make sure you look at the PowerPoint that shows you how to do the gate, or doesn't show you how, but shows you photos of the gates, cactuses, mesas, all that good stuff. So let's begin. I am going to continue on with the drawing that I left off with you last time when we did a video. So I'm going to go kind of fast, but of course you can pause this whenever you want. The first thing I want to show you how to draw is the gate. And you do not have to have a gate. It's an optional thing. But to draw the gate, what you want to do is first you want to draw a pathway to the gate. So I'm going to use my longer ruler, and I'm going to line up my vanishing point here with the corner of the door, and I'm going to draw out. And I'm going to do the same thing with this corner, and I'm going to draw out. Okay? And we want the opening of the gate to cross this pathway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make kind of like a cereal box shaped cube. So just like we did here, I'm going to start with a vertical line, and it needs to come down lower than this line. And it can even overlap your house, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my vertical line, and I am going to, like I'm just drawing a cube, I'm going to draw it back, and I don't have to draw all the way back, remember? And I'm going to draw back. And then this side, I'm going to use my longer ruler again. On this side, I am going to just draw back a little bit so that my gate is not very wide. Okay, and then I am going to put in the back edge, which is going to be a vertical, and another back edge, which is another vertical. And there I have the basic shape of my gate, and I need to erase all this stuff so that my gate looks solid. So I'm actually erasing a little piece of my house and part of that walkway that I just drew. So I'm going to leave the walkway in, but I'll get rid of everything else. Okay, now all we have to do is make a door opening in the gate that sits right at these corners. So I'm going to make a vertical line here, and I'm going to make another vertical line here, and the top will go to this vanishing point, and there's my gate. Now, to give it a little bit of thickness, to make the inside of this look thick like this, I'm just going to do one more vertical right about here. And there is my gate. Okay. Now, if you want to, make the top of it kind of fancy, you could do that. That part you would just have to freehand. You can also make it look like there's a road going by your house by doing two lines like that. So again, if you want to make the top like a little fancy, try to find like the middle, and you can sort of draw in like a fancy top, something like that. Okay, the next thing I want to show you, and again, I know I'm going kind of quickly, is how to do the cactuses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one cactus so it looks like it's up close. I'm just going to take this other picture off the blue paper because I feel like you can see through it. I'm going to do one up close and one far away. So real quick, I'm going to do what's called a saguaro cactus. And basically, if you just kind of do it, probably the most simple way is to start on one side. And it's all pretty much like vertical, like arms coming off of this thing. Okay, and because it's nice and big, and I put it down low, it's going to look like it's close to you. Okay, now if you want to make something look like it's in the background, obviously you're going to make it smaller. So like let's say I put a saguaro cactus over here, but I want it to look like it's back in the distance. I'm obviously going to make it smaller. Okay, so there's my cactus back in the distance. Now, another thing that you can do is, like I said, something called a ristra. And what a ristra is basically a bunch of chili peppers all hung together. So a simple way to make that is, I'll just put one right here. If you just make like a line, and these are just kind of like long pointed ovals, and I just kind of make them look like they're overlapping each other. And that really kind of gives you that effect like it's really a ristra hanging by the door. And you can make it as long or as short as you want. And then I'm going to put a little nail here. Looks like it's hung on a nail. That's it. That's all there is to the ristra. And you could put a couple up here, whatever you want. Okay. Also, you might want to do like some potted cactus looking things. So a real easy way to make a pot is just to start with a circle. Okay, I'm going to erase inside of it. And notice that my circle is down on the ground. It's not like sitting on the edge of this line here. And then I'm going to do kind of a rectangular looking oval and then kind of join those two together like that. Okay, and then I can do my cactus in there. And you can do any kind of cactus that you want. I did one that was kind of like little like rounded areas, but you could do anything that you want. You could, you know, just keep it really simple and do some kind of organic cactus looking thing like that. And then you could put maybe some spikes on it to make it look more cactus-like. A lot of cactuses also have flowers on them, so you could do that. Actually, I think this should actually come down more like that. That looks better. Okay, and again, I'm doing this kind of fast. You want to take a little more time than this. Maybe flatten the bottom of that out. Okay, so there's a cactus, a potted cactus right there. And as you can see, like in my example, I put one up here. Okay, the only thing I want to show you, the last thing I want to show you is how to do kind of the background. So in the American Southwest, there are these really cool rock formations called mesas. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put like a set of hills back in here. Okay, and if you want to, you could make your horizon line a little bit wavy now, because generally the horizon isn't completely straight. So now I've got a hill back here. If you wanted to put another hill, you could. And then way in the distance, I'm going to have this mesa coming up and going behind the house. And this is all free-handed, so you're not using your ruler or anything for that. So there's my mesa. Okay, and you could put some lines in it to give it some texture. Make sure they're kind of going in the vertical direction. And then as far as clouds go, clouds can actually help you create another sense of depth in your picture. So the clouds near the land should be smaller, and as they get bigger, like this one is smaller, and they get bigger as they move up the page. So small, bigger, bigger, biggest, okay? So if you want to do some clouds, which will look really nice up in here, again, like if you do a cloud down here, and I'm going to do real cartoony clouds just because they're quicker, but you would make a small cloud here as you move up the page. And don't forget, you can have the clouds going behind your house and behind the mesa. Okay, and then the clouds just get bigger and bigger as they move up the paper. And that will give you some more sense that there's a lot of depth in your picture, that you're looking way into the distance. Okay? If you do decide you want to put a sun in your picture, that's great. Don't put it in the corner with rays sticking out of it. You know, put it in the sky as a circle. All right, you could even have clouds going over that if you wanted to as well. And then anything else you want to add is fine. You can add pebbles, stones, you can have a lizard going by, a tumbleweed, anything you want. So I hope you guys enjoy this project, and that's it. Let me know if you have questions. If you're a remote student, send me an email or shoot me a message, and I'll be happy to help you as best I can. Thanks, guys. Bye.